Even the guest room is gone now. I barely recognize Eric's house anymore since you moved in and married him. It feels so tiny and cramped all of a sudden. I used to sleep over at my son's house all the time until you showed up. Talk about raining on my parade. I'm sorry. I guess this was always going to happen when he got married. I promise I'll work hard to make your son happy. I'll do everything I can to be the best wife in the world. I love him, and I want to show you that. I don't expect you to accept me straight away, but I hope one day I can earn your approval. I doubt that'll ever happen. I can't shake the feeling my precious son has been stolen from me. My son's like a memento of my husband to me. I'll make you proud, I mean it. Just like I'm proud to have you as my mother-in-law. Go on then, I'm listening. Tell me about your redeeming qualities, your talents. What can you actually do? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you knit? Looking at you, you don't strike me as the kind of girl who knows how to operate a vacuum cleaner or a washing machine. Looking at me, do I look that incapable? I get angry just looking at your face. You look like the kind of cheap floozy who got railed by the entire football team back in school. Not only that, but you look so young you could actually be mistaken for a high school student. It's unseemly, and I don't think you're one bit suitable for my son. Wow, what the... You really think I look like that? I've never been told anything like that before. Okay, I understand. I'll change the way I do my makeup from now on. Change it? You'd be better off stopping using it altogether. No one will look at you twice then. Or is that why you wear it? Aha! I bet it is. You doll yourself up so you can hunt for other guys, don't you? Despicable. Is my Eric not enough for you? No way. Besides, I've never hunted for a man. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I have almost no experience with guys. Don't lie to me. There's no way that's true. I can sniff girls like you out from a mile away. I have an eye for this kind of thing. Do I really look like the kind of girl who goes hunting for guys? What the devil possessed my son to marry a little girl like you? You're probably not even out of diapers yet. You're a child. He's over 10 years your senior. I wish you would have picked an older woman, someone with more life experience. I'm sorry, Karen. Go and find a boy your own age and get your claws out of my Eric. I'm sure you could have any teenage boy you wanted. It's not like I married Eric for his age. It's just that the man I fell in love with happens to be older than me. Is that a crime? I know your game. You're after our money, aren't you? The older your husband, the sooner you'll get your grubby paws on his inheritance. That's what you're thinking, isn't it, you scheming witch? Karen, no, I swear. Your money means nothing to me. I love your son because he's kind, sweet, caring, and funny. We have the same hobbies, we can talk for hours, we just gel. Life is good when we're together, that's it. Why does there have to be some ulterior motive? That's only because my son is 1 in a million. It's a travesty that he stayed single for so long. Can you imagine the feelings of crushing disappointment and dismay when I found out what the bride I've waited years for is actually like? I'll try my hardest to win your approval, I mean that. You mean it, do you? Let's see if you really do. If you want my approval, you're gonna have to prove it. You're going to start by coming over and cleaning my house several times a week. It's time to see what you're made of. Roger that. You should know before we begin that I won't go easy on you. No mercy. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. We'll see how long that attitude lasts. Daisy, what on earth is this disgusting food? Why would you make this? It's an abomination. Is this the kind of vomit-inducing prison slop you cook for my son? My God, he must dread coming home from work. Huh? Excuse me? The food in the kitchen. Whose kitchen? Wait, what? Do you mean you're in our kitchen? When did you come over? I thought I'd stop by for a surprise cooking and cleaning check to see whether you're fulfilling your womanly duties to a satisfactory standard. Huh? What's this? This is like something a child would make with a pretend cooking set. Do you mean the stew in the pot? That's Eric's favorite dish. He prepared it himself yesterday. I don't think he'd be happy if you ate it. You make my son cook his own meals, you demon wife! How dare you! You lied to me! You said you'd do the housework, and this is how you behave? You've got some nerve. No, you've got this all wrong. That's the only dish my husband makes. I'd be more than happy to make it for him, but he's really fussy about the way it's made. He says he uses a special method. There's nothing special about this slop. I wouldn't feed this to a pig. My poor son isn't cut out to make his own meals. I bet the only reason he's been driven to this is because your food tastes like such ass he has no choice. This is just proof of how unsuitable you are to be his wife. He clearly doesn't trust you to fulfill your duties as a woman. A man doing the cooking? The horror! Anyway, what the hell is going on with you lately? You were spotted by some of my relatives walking around town with a face like a zombie. They said you looked awful and asked what was wrong with you. Do you have any idea how much you've embarrassed me? At least make the effort to put some makeup on. Huh? I did used to wear makeup, but you told me to stop. So I did. I had no idea you'd end up looking like a ghost. I might have told you to stop wearing makeup, but I never told you to walk around in public looking like you'd risen from the dead. You might not care about looking like something from a horror movie, but I'm the one who has to endure the shame and embarrassment when you get spotted. This ends now. I'm sorry, I've been kind of sleep-deprived lately. I got diagnosed with anemia, and I've lost some of the color in my face. How can you be sleep-deprived when you're a stay-at-home housewife? Because I have so much to do. Like what? Like disinfecting all of the plates and cutlery with bleach in the middle of the night. Then there's polishing everyone's shoes, waxing the hallway floor, taking out the trash, sewing up the holes in your clothes, vacuuming, doing the laundry, getting rid of the weeds in the garden. Basically all of the stuff you told me to do. Are you trying to say that it's my fault you're sleep-deprived? How dare you? I wouldn't have enough time to do everything you ask me to, even if there were two of me. You make me clean your house from top to bottom every single day. Besides about 1,000,000 other things, I don't have time to sleep. I'm doing this for your growth and development as a person, and this is how you repay me? If not for me, the standard of your housework would still be that of a 5-year-old. Besides, it's only right that you should clean your in-laws' house as a sign of respect and gratitude for us for allowing you to be a part of this family. You said you wanted my approval, right? Yes. Then quit your complaining. The only reason you don't get done on time is because you're slow and inefficient. If you weren't so incompetent, you'd be going to sleep on time and you wouldn't look like an extra in a zombie movie. This is the bare minimum that's expected of any bride who enters our family. I told you I wouldn't go easy on you. I'm sorry. I'll try my best to get well as soon as I can, so the color comes back to my face. Just use makeup. You don't need to be healthy if you wear foundation. You can carry on doing your chores and no one will know how run down you are. What? At least if you're sick, there's a much lower chance of you falling pregnant. What's that supposed to mean? If this isn't clear enough already, I still haven't accepted you as my son's wife. The thought of you, a useless little girl like you, giving birth to my grandchildren makes me physically ill. I'd rather he join a monastery and take a vow of celibacy than bring your spawn into the world. God, I hope you're infertile. That hurts, Karen. Why would you say that to me? Oh my God. What am I supposed to do? Lie? It's the truth. I can't help the way I feel. How could I possibly love any child of yours? Impossible. Nothing you ever bring into the world could ever be lovable. So does that mean if I do have kids, You'll treat them exactly the same way as you do me? Of course, they'll be just as unlovable as their mother. The stray cats who hang around behind my house are cuter than any creature you could produce. Are you seriously talking this way about your own grandchildren? My kids won't necessarily be anything like me. A lot of children are the total opposite of their parents. What are you talking about? Stop talking nonsense! Anything you gave birth to would be doomed to a life of failure, rejection, and disappointment just by virtue of having you as its mother. That's why you should give up on the idea of kids. Why torment yourself with the delusion that you could ever be happy? Forget it. Imagine it. Even their own grandma would hate them. Tragic. I see. Look, Karen, I really wanted me and you to get along, but it looks like that won't be possible. Duh! Do you finally get it? Maybe there is a brain cell in there after all. Why should I have to get along with a failure of a wife like you? We're family. I just thought things would be a lot easier for everyone if we could get along, or at least maintain a friendly atmosphere. Forget it. Everyone knows that daughter-in-laws are nothing more than personal housemaids to their husband's parents. To think you'd have the nerve to call that family? Who the hell do you think you are? Wait, does that mean you don't even acknowledge me as family? Obviously. If you're not too dumb to understand that, get back to work. If even that's too much for you, get the hell out of my son's life so he can marry a woman who isn't such a pathetic good-for-nothing. I'd much prefer if you did the latter, by the way. Hi, Karen. I filed for divorce today. Woohoo! Time to celebrate! I gotta go get some champagne! My son's finally free. Thank God you're finally divorcing him. You've already wasted 2 years of his life by clinging to him like the financial and emotional leech you are. We can't wait a second longer. I'm so pleased. This is all I've been wanting to hear since the day I met you. Sorry it took me so long, but I finally made up my mind. Thanks for everything. Yes, and thank me you should. No one should have to tolerate someone like you for as long as I did. You have no idea how much stress you caused me. What are you doing about your things? You'd better not plan on hanging around my son's house any longer. I'll be moving in with him tomorrow, so get your ass out of there ASAP. I already left. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your precious space all this time. You're free to do what you like with the place from now on. Wow, that didn't take long. You got the message way faster than I expected. You know, for such an abject failure of a wife, you can be surprisingly sharp sometimes. I figured if I was going to leave, I may as well get it over and done with sooner rather than later. I hope you lead a happy, fulfilling life. I don't need your best wishes. That goes without saying, with you finally getting out of my hair. I finally get to live with my precious son again. What more could a mother want? Think about it. I finally get to live a life free of the world's biggest pain in the ass, eyesore, and all-around disappointment there ever was. I'm the world's luckiest mom. I see. Well, I'm glad you're so pleased. Of course I am. I take great delight in how disappointed you must be that in spite of your best efforts, you didn't manage to get your grubby hands on a cent of my son's money. Despite that clearly being all you were interested in from the get-go. Sorry for hogging all the fun, honey. Whoopsie. Not at all. You said it yourself before. You can't help your feelings, right? It is what it is. If you don't want anything to do with me, who am I to say otherwise? I'm so pleased we finally reached an understanding. Nothing could make my life easier than not having you in it. You say that, but you're about to move back in with Eric again, aren't you? Even though you have a perfectly good house of your own? My house is old and rickety, needs repairs in several places, and is full of cockroaches. That doesn't sound perfectly good to me. It's over 70 years old by now. I'm finally taking the plunge and washing my hands of it. I have to put buckets down when it rains because of the holes in the roof, and the stairs are steeper than a medieval castle. I can't live out my retirement in that death trap. I'd be stupid not to move in with my son in his fancy new apartment. I see. So that's why. I've already made plans for the house to be demolished. I'll be living a life of extravagance and luxury in Eric's apartment again starting from tomorrow, while looking after him and trying to make up for the damage you inevitably did to him over these last 2 years. Sounds like you're getting exactly what you've always wanted, huh? I'm not the only one who's celebrating. Eric's over the moon too, you know. I mean, who wouldn't be? He'll finally get to stop eating the vile prison slop you call cooking every day. Vile prison slop? Are you talking about Eric's favorite dish again? I don't know how many times I have to tell you this before it finally goes in, but he's the one who makes that. Nonsense, my son's always been talented. The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it seems that he'd make anything as disgusting as that grotesque, sludgy concoction you call a meal. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's a grotesque, sludgy concoction. You pretty much live on Chinese takeouts, right? Probably not able to discern the subtle flavors of Eric's traditional stew because your taste buds aren't used to that kind of thing. Huh? What are you saying? Are you trying to suggest I have an unsophisticated palate? No, not in the slightest. You couldn't even let us say goodbye amicably, could you, you hateful witch? Whatever, what do I care? Why would I expect you to change your ways now all of a sudden? In any case, you have nothing to do with our family anymore. Never contact us again. Of course I won't. This is the last time you and I will ever speak. Don't think you'll be hearing from me either. Anyway, I have lots to do tomorrow, so I'm going to bed soon. I have to clean my son's apartment from top to bottom to get rid of all the dirt from your grubby hands. Now, if you'll excuse me, toodles, I can't say it's been a pleasure. Yep, bye. I hope you get the retirement you deserve. Daisy, was that you I just passed in the street? Huh? Is this Karen? Did you want something? I'm sure you said you were never going to contact me again. What do you want? I'm messaging because I have something important to talk to you about, of course. I see. Well, go on. What is it? You were walking with my son just now, weren't you? I saw you not 30 seconds ago. I know it was you. Sure, it was us. What of it? Why in God's name are you with my son? I told you very clearly to stay away from us. Besides, you got a divorce. Sure we did, but he's still my ex-husband. It's not like the divorce was particularly acrimonious. And we have a long history together. Whatever, forget that. More importantly, the fact that you're out with my son must mean you're able to contact him, right? Sure. Why? Oh, thank God for that. In that case, I have a very important message for you to pass on to him. Tell him I'm waiting for him at home, so he needs to come back here as soon as possible. He hasn't been home in weeks. He won't answer my texts or calls. I can't get through to him at all. You have no idea how worried I am about that boy. He's a fully grown man, and I can assure you that there's no need to worry about him. Eric's in good health, great spirits, and living with me at my house. Excuse me? Living with you? At your house? Are you saying my son's staying with you? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. He lives with me now. What on earth? Explain yourself now! He married into my family. He has my surname now. Huh? Don't be ridiculous. You two got divorced. What is this, some kind of April Fool's joke? It's September, you idiot. Stop screwing around and tell me what's really going on. That is what's really going on. We got remarried. He married into my family this time. Things clearly weren't working out the other way around. What in God's name are you talking about, woman? So you're saying it's your fault my son hasn't been home in weeks? You promised to leave us alone. What the heck do you think you're playing at? The only one I promised to stay away from was you, Karen. I never said anything about staying away from my husband. Feel free to scroll through the old chat logs if you still have them. It's all there. Besides, it's not my fault he hasn't been home in weeks. It's yours. My fault? What are you talking about? How could it be my fault? Who in their right mind would want to live with a mother who launched a merciless bullying campaign against their own wife? I think it'd be stranger if he did want to live with you given the circumstances. How many times did he warn you? How many times did he tell you he wasn't prepared to tolerate you treating me that way forever? You were so hell-bent on making my life a living hell that you completely ignored him. As a result, he had no choice but to give up on you. Give up on me? Do you mean he doesn't intend to come back? That's right. If we lived with you, it would only be a matter of time before you started bullying me again. Eric chose me over you. Lies! Vicious lies! There's no way my precious boy would choose a vile harlot like you over his beloved mother. None of this makes sense. If you're telling me the truth, why did you two get divorced? Admit it, he gave up on you because he agrees with me on what a hopeless waste of space you are. We divorced because we knew that if we didn't make some kind of bold move, the chances of him ever escaping from you were slim. We decided a temporary divorce was the best way to extricate him from his difficult situation. The idea was to trick you into dropping your guard so that we'd have room to maneuver while you weren't paying attention. Temporary divorce? Wait, so you mean this was your plan all along? To leave me all on my own? Exactly. You mean you manipulated my naive, impressionable son into abandoning his aged mother? You're sick, twisted. You need to see a shrink. What kind of person is even capable of this? He's the one who chose to abandon you. I didn't make him do anything. He's not naive or impressionable, and he is perfectly capable of thinking for himself. His decision ultimately had nothing to do with me. But it's your fault! How can you claim otherwise? Stop screwing me around and give me back my son! I'm that boy's mother! Do you plan on leaving me all alone in this apartment? I'm old and frail. Who's to say how long I'll even be capable of looking after myself? No, he doesn't plan on leaving you in the apartment, actually. He's selling it next month. Here's a message from Eric. Hi, Mom. Please get out of my apartment as soon as possible. Thanks. What? He's kicking me out on the streets? I had my house demolished before I moved in with him. He can't do this. Tell him he can't. I have nowhere else to go. How could he do this to me? Has he lost his mind? He said he didn't even hesitate about making you homeless after how hateful and abusive you were towards me all that time. Besides, isn't that more or less what you did to me? You drove me out of the house due to your irrational, deep-seated hatred of me. He learned a lot about you from seeing the way you treated me. He's just taking a leaf out of your book. Oh my God. Wait. Does he hate me? I'm his mother, and I'm all on my own? Well, I'm his wife, and you would have gladly seen me left on my own if you'd had your way. What's the issue here? You picked on, mocked, taunted, and abused me in a twisted campaign of hatred and harassment, based on nothing but your warped assumptions about me before chasing me out for what you thought was forever. Surely you can see you're getting exactly what you deserve. What goes around comes around. Me and you are not the same. What happened back then was different. You're right, we're not the same. Because unlike you, Eric loves me. His feelings towards you couldn't be more different. Ugh! You thieving, low-life scumbag failure of a woman! Do not try and make a fool of me. It'll be the last thing you ever do. Your threats don't scare me, Karen. I see you haven't changed a bit. This is kind of nostalgic. It's been a while since I've received one of your famous torrents of abuse. But if I were you, I'd stop speaking to me like that. Because Eric's sitting next to me reading your messages right now. And let me tell you, he's furious. Eric? He's with you right now? Yep. We're reading your lovely, charming messages together. Eric, listen to me. Don't let that woman dissuade you or twist anything I'm about to say. Please come back, son. I'm begging you. I love you very, very much. You know that, right? Please don't leave me on my own any longer, sweetie. I can't take it. I'm so lonely without you. Let's live together again. Here's a message from Eric. I no longer think of you as my mom. You're dead to me. You'd be better off thinking of yourself as childless from now on. No, Eric, no! Stop putting words in my son's mouth. He'd never say something so horrible to his mother. Here's another message. You're not my mother, and you have nothing to do with this family anymore. Never contact either of us ever again. As for the apartment you're currently living rent-free in, I'll have no choice but to take legal measures unless you take your stuff and get out by the end of the week. And his final message, I suggest you make sure you're gone sooner rather than later. Oh my God! No way. He wouldn't seriously abandon me like this, would he? Legal measures? I feel like I don't even recognize my own son anymore. He seems pretty serious to me. I want you to know that I didn't make him say anything. He's his own man, and this is a decision he came to all by himself after realizing what kind of a person you actually are. Wait, just wait. Please, Daisy, will you convince him not to go through with this? If anyone can change his mind, it's you. What do you say, honey? Do it for your mother-in-law, for old time's sake. Please help out an old dear in trouble, I'm begging you. Could you live with yourself if you allowed your husband to go through with this act of inhumanity? Could you sleep at night? Could you? I don't think of you as my mother-in-law, and I definitely don't think of you as my mom. You're nothing but a stranger to us. If my husband wants you out of his life, who am I to stop him? Besides, old time's sake? Give me a break. You hate my guts. Why would you beg me, of all people, to help you? I wanted us to get along at first, but believe me, I feel exactly the same way about you as you feel about me now. I couldn't hate you anymore if I tried. I'd rather save a stray cat. After that, Eric sold his apartment as promised, and my ex-mother-in-law had no choice but to find someplace else to live. However, being entirely dependent on her pension and having very little savings to her name, she was unable to find herself a place to live, even for rent. She had no choice but to beg her relatives for help, and I heard she's currently sleeping on her cousin's sofa. I can only imagine how much that stings for someone so arrogant and prideful. That cousin also found out about how abusive she was towards me, and apparently she's pretty cold towards her, forcing her to do all kinds of chores around the house in return for sofa rights. Knowing her personality, it wouldn't surprise me if she got given her marching orders again before long. After everything that went down, Karen, whose vindictive, spiteful hatred knows no bounds, actually had the nerve to show up at our new house, banging on our front door like a woman possessed and begging for forgiveness at the top of her lungs. Astonishingly, seemingly cognizant of the fact that the chances of my husband forgiving her were slim, she clung to me like a distressed toddler and broke down in tears. It should go without saying that I didn't forgive her, but I'll make it clear anyway, just for the record. No chance! Not only will I not forgive her, but I won't help her either. Eric and I are in absolute agreement on that. Eventually, after being mercilessly yelled at by her furious son, she trudged away, eyes on the floor, shoulders drooping, broken and defeated. A mere shadow of her former self. After realizing she knew where we lived, we immediately sold the house and moved out of state, far enough away that she'd never be able to bother us again. This time, just to make sure she can't track us down again, we didn't tell anyone who knows her our new address. Her last memory of her son was him yelling furiously at her as she begged for forgiveness. A crumpled mess on the floor by our doorstep. When she realized we'd moved a second time to escape her once and for all, I received a string of not-so-charming messages. which I initially just ignored, but eventually, after running out of patience, I blocked her. With this, I'll never have to deal with my demonic ex-mother-in-law ever again. Eric severed all ties with his own mother out of love for me. And I'm going to make sure I let him know how grateful I am to have such a wonderful guy in my life every single day from here on out.
Hey, Julian! Congrats on starting middle school. I'm sorry that I wasn't there to see you off on your first day. Thanks. Don't worry about it. You live pretty far from here and you have work, so I understand. Well, yeah, but I would have loved to be there, only I would have been able to take off vacation days. It's okay. You made it to my graduation ceremony. And thank you for buying me the school uniform. But I really didn't need the brand new one. Were you gonna use my old uniform otherwise? Yeah, we kept yours just in case, and it's in pretty good state, I think. No way! It's been years! I'm sure it's nicer for you to wear your own. But school uniforms are expensive. What are you talking about? You don't need to worry about any of that. I'm making enough money. But it's the money you worked hard for. I don't want you to waste it. Besides, you just bought me a nice watch as my graduation gift too. That was something I wanted to buy as a present. And it's not a waste if I'm using my money for you. Nothing makes me happier if you can enjoy your school and study hard. You are smart enough to make it to college. Well, college is still a ways away. Guess you're right. But you like studying, right? Yeah, I don't mind it. I enjoy learning new things. I'm really proud of how you turned out. You were acing everything elementary school, too. You know that's not something that everyone can do, right? Is it? I just followed the textbooks. See? That's amazing. Oh, by the way, don't hesitate to ask me if there's anything you need for school. And are you sure I only need to give you an allowance of $20 per month? It's more than enough. I'm not planning on joining any extracurricular school activities that would cost money anyways. You aren't? Why not? No. Well, Mom needs my help at home. She can't do house chores without me. Oh, is she still not feeling well? Apparently not. She stays in bed most of the time. But she goes out in the evening saying she's leaving for work. Is that so? Still, I don't want you to bite off more than you can chew. Your number one focus should be about school. I will talk to Mom and see if she can help a little more around the house. But she can't help it if she's not feeling well. Well, yeah, but it's also not good for her health if she's not getting out of bed at all. You think so? Hey, Julian, are you sure you want to stay there? If you're having trouble focusing on school there, you can always come stay with me too, you know. I know my place is tiny since it's a company dorm and all, but it's big enough for the two of us. No, I'm okay. You're working really hard every day. You don't need to worry about me. But of course I worry about you. You're my one and only brother. I'm doing just fine. You worried too much, Christopher. Okay, fine. But you let me know if anything happens. If you're ever having trouble or if something is bothering you, I want to be the first to know. Okay, I'll make sure to do that. Thanks! Okay, great. We'll talk again soon. Hey, Mom, I just saw your text. What do you mean you don't have enough money?
I'm sorry, Chris. You know how Julian started his middle school last month? There were a bunch of extra costs here and there because of that, and we ran out of money before we knew it.
I thought I bought all the things he needed for school.
You did, but there were a few unexpected costs for school activities and such. And he made new friends who want to do things together with him, and that's not free either.
Julian said you guys are doing fine financially the other day when I talked to him.
I think he didn't want to cause you any more trouble. He doesn't want to be too much of a burden on you. You know how he's like that.
Well, yeah. But Mom, I'm sending you $2,000 per month. I can do that because I'm living in my company's dorm. But still, it's already really tight, to be honest. Can't you do something about this yourself since you're working as well?
I can only work on days I'm feeling well. I feel bad, but I still need your help.
If you are so sick, why don't you go see a doctor properly?
I did, but they couldn't figure out what's wrong. That's why I don't know what to do. Apparently, there are more people like me than you'd think.
From my perspective, it looks like you're just being lazy. Not just recently, since I was a little kid. I feel like you're not feeling well because you don't take care of yourself. Besides, you still haven't quit drinking either, have you?
Oh, well, why can't I drink? That's the only good thing going on in my life.
I'm saying there are things you need to take care of before that.
Do you think you grew up by yourself? I worked hard to feed you. You are where you are because of my sacrifice. Are you telling me that you still can't see that?
I was already working as a paper boy since I was in middle school, wasn't I? And I had a part-time job in high school, too. You did pay for things for me before that, but I was able to survive due to the free school lunches I received. Because Grandma was still around. You barely ever cooked.
You have always been so ungrateful. I'm so glad that Julian didn't turn out like you. He's always been my favorite.
I don't care what you think of me. I'm only asking you to work harder if you care about Julian at all.
Oh, don't worry. He's receiving lots of love from me. Unlike you.
I guess you don't need my help anymore then.
Hey, that has nothing to do with what we are talking about. You don't care if your little brother starves?
I'm sure you guys can make ends meet if you work harder. After all, it's for your favorite son.
Don't be so rude. I know I wasn't a perfect mother for you, but I am trying to change.
And that's why you're asking me for more money?
Well, I know you're getting your bonus soon. And I know you. You probably have some money saved up as well.
Why do you always have to completely rely on my salary?
Do you know how hard it is to raise a child as a single mother? And I am not the cute young waitress I once was anymore. People don't tip me as generously as they used to. Oh, thinking about our financial situation is starting to give me a headache.
You are unbelievable! How much do you even need?
Well, $300 will do for now. It's almost time for the next stipend from you anyways.
Can't you try to be a bit wiser with the money?
We still haven't been able to pay for utilities this month either.
Fine. I will wire you $300.
Thanks, Christopher, my precious son. Oh, and I wouldn't mind if you take me out for a nice steak dinner once you get your bonus. I will be looking forward to that.
I hope you were joking. Anyways, since I'm helping you out, I expect for Julian to be fed well.
I know that. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. I want you to know that I am grateful and I'm not taking what you do for us for granted.
Yes, I know. You don't have to be grateful so much, but please make sure to look after Julian. Let him focus on school. And please, don't make him do so many house chores.
Yes, I'm doing more lately, so you don't have to worry about it. I have to go, but make sure to wire me the money soon.
Hey, Julian. Sorry it took me a while to get back to you. They put me on the night shift at the factory today. I'm finally on my break now. That's okay. I'm sorry for bothering you while you're working. Is everything okay? Did something happen? Well, it's your birthday today. Oh, right. Did you forget? Yeah, completely. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thanks, Julian. I'm so happy that you remembered my birthday. Of course. And there might be something waiting for you when you get back to your dorm. What? You sent me a present too? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it too much? No, I'm so happy. Thanks, Julian. I've never been this excited to go home. It's nothing expensive, though. That doesn't matter. I'm just happy that you chose something for me. Good! I'm glad you're excited. Anyways, I think I'll go to bed now. I have to wake up early again. Why? Isn't it Saturday tomorrow? Do you have plans? Yeah. I have to go around and visit the nearby bakeries on the weekend. Bakeries? You know how sometimes bakeries sell day-old bread? Yeah, I've seen it. Otherwise it goes to waste, right? Exactly. I go around looking for those on Saturdays to make sure I have things to eat the following week. They're usually more than 50% off. And it lasts long if you freeze them. Wait, that's not all you eat, is it? No, that's not the only thing since I have the free school lunches. But I eat the bread for my breakfast, dinners, and lunches on weekends. You know I send you guys $2,000 per month, right? Why do you need to eat like that? Why aren't you fed properly? What $2,000? Mom told me that we're not receiving anything from you. I don't believe this. What? What's going on? Mom must be using everything for herself. She's using your salary? Yeah. Wow. She's always apologized to me about not having enough money. She told me never to worry you with our financial situation. Julian, is she home right now? No, she's out. I see. I guess she's out drinking again. Drinking? Not work? Julian, I'm about to tell you something that you might not want to hear. But I think you're smart enough to have noticed things already. Do you think you're ready to hear about what I'm about to tell you? Yeah. It'll be long, so I'm gonna call you instead. What about your work? I thought you were only on a break right now. It's okay. I'll go talk to my boss. This is important. I know you're tired, but give me a few minutes to explain things to you. All right. Chris, no matter what it is, I believe you. And I'll believe everything you say. So please, tell me everything you know.
Hey, Chris, you're supposed to send me my monthly stipend today. I still don't see it in my account.
That's because I'm done giving you any money.
What? What do you mean? What are you thinking? You don't care about what happens to Julian?
You are the one who doesn't care about Julian at all.
What do you mean? Of course I care about him.
If that's the case, is he home with you right now?
What? Oh, yes, he's not here now that you've mentioned it.
You don't even notice if your precious son's not home?
Well, that's because I just woke up.
You just don't care. Like you didn't with me.
What are you talking about?
He's gonna be with me from now on.
What?
I know now that he won't get the life he deserves if he's with you. I only left him there because he was still in elementary school when I left home for work after I graduated high school. And it seemed like you cared about him a bit more than you did for me. But I was wrong. I learned it the hard way.
Well, that's not true at all. I did take care of him.
Then why was he living off of old bread? He told me that the only time he eats anything other than that was the school lunches. Not only have you never cooked for him, but you never even gave him any money to buy food for himself. You must have been using all the money I sent you for alcohol. I just can't believe how any mother could do that. You're a piece of garbage.
You. Is that how you talk to your own mother? Who do you think raised you?
I survived because of my luck. And because sometimes you happen to be in a mood to feed me. But mostly because I worked hard for my own survival. I was fortunate enough to have some other grown-ups around me to help me grow up too. But I know for sure that it wasn't you.
Oh, don't act like you grew up all by yourself. A brat who doesn't even know how hard it is to raise kids.
And who's been lying and taking money from that brat?
It's a duty as a child to support your mother once you start making money. To pay back for what I've given you so far.
I think I paid back more than enough. I've been sending you a monthly stipend for 3 years since I graduated from high school. It was supposed to only be $1,000 per month, but now it's at $2,000 per month. I don't owe you anything anymore. Besides, I was sending that money for Julian, not you.
Enough with the nonsense, just give Julian back to me.
Not in a million years. By the way, he knows all about what you've done to me in the past. And how you were lying and using my money just for yourself.
What? Why would you tell him that?
Because I figured that he should know. I just want him to have a normal life like others. I don't want him to go through what I went through. I can't believe that he isn't being fed properly. You are the worst! Give me back all the money that was meant for Julian!
Oh, come on, Chris. You don't have to be so upset. I was doing my best to not rely on you too much, you know.
You were doing your best? So your best is to stay in bed all day and go out drinking at night?
I was working sometimes, too.
By work, you mean meeting guys online and asking them to support you?
I was trying my best. You don't understand what I'm going through.
I asked my friends back home to look into you for this past month. Everyone had lots of free time and was willing to help me out since they are still in college and not working like I am. They were more reliable than my own mother. That's how I found out you're out drinking every night. And other crap like you receiving money from guys you hook up with.
Don't talk bad about what I do. I am sacrificing my own body to help support this family.
I wouldn't have said anything if you were taking care of Julian properly. There are so many different types of jobs out there, and I respect every single one of them. But you're using the money you earn for your own drinking problem, not for supporting Julian.
I was trying to make enough so that I can keep the stipend you gave me and use it for him.
And have you ever given him any? You only gave him a small allowance of $20. And did you even try to save up even a little bit more money for him? I don't think so. I don't even want to look at your face anymore.
Christopher, calm down.
I am calm, Mom. I just know now that I should never trust anything you say. I will never forgive you for this.
Chris, I understand that Julian will stay with you for now, but I won't be able to survive if you suddenly stop sending me money. Can't you at least keep helping me for a little longer? I promise I'll do something during that time to ensure I can start supporting myself.
You would have done that already if that's something you can do. I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again.
Please, Christopher, you can't do this to me. Are you going to abandon me like your father did?
He shouldn't have left us like that, ignoring all his responsibilities. But he's so much better than you in a sense that he never asked me for any money.
Chris, I want you to know that I do love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry that I couldn't give you everything that you deserved, but I was just doing my best to survive.
Then you should have let us go.
What?
I would have much rather preferred to have grown up in an orphanage. Anywhere would have been better than staying with you.
That's a horrible thing to say.
You only kept us because you knew that you could get more financial support that way. The government helps you because you're a single mother. And you knew that you can ask me to help support Julian once I start working. You should never have had any children if you only look at us as money trees.
That's really not true, Chris. I do love both of you so much.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't ever seem that way. Everyone else treated me way nicer than you ever did.
I will be a better mother from now on. Listen, I have an idea. Why don't we all move into your place as a family? That way, I can do things that I couldn't do in the past for the two of you.
We don't need you.
Oh, I'm sure you don't mean that. I'm your only mother. You don't seriously want to abandon me, do you?
You abandoned us first, Mom. This is enough. We'll ever forget we even had a mother. They say you can't choose your parents, but we do have the choice to cut them out of our lives. Since then, she tried reaching out to us a few times, but we kept ignoring her. And she must have gotten contacted by Child Services because she stopped bothering us after that. I wasn't able to get full legal custody of Julian because his mother is still alive. But Child Services agreed that it's better for him to stay with me considering our family situation. And I heard a rumor that Mom skipped town after we stopped hearing from her. She probably couldn't pay for her rent anymore and decided to bail. We received a voice message from a public phone, and I think it was our mother. But we stopped listening and deleted the message as soon as we realized that it could be from her. Wherever she is and whatever she's doing, it has nothing to do with us whatsoever. So we really don't need to hear what she has to say. Sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing for my brother. I told him that he might never be able to see his mom ever again if he comes with me. But he still chose to be with me. I want to respect his decision. And I'll do my best to forget about Mom and everything that has happened. Of course, he has his own choice to look for her once he's grown up. But I have no intention to help her no matter what state she's in. I rented a small apartment near my work, and that's where Julian and I both live right now. He did have to switch schools, but he made new friends right away, and I think he settled in nicely. I can't say we have lots of money, but I think we have just enough to live comfortably, especially now that I don't need to send any money to anyone. We take turns on the house chores, and he often cooks dinner for us. He's been a great help every day. But I want him to enjoy being a kid to the fullest. So I'm going to make sure that I don't rely on him too much and give him the life that he always deserved. But of course, what should matter the most is what he wants for himself. So we'll keep communicating with each other and decide what kind of life we want to have. Just like we always dreamed of. I will also ensure I don't ever take people who choose to help us for granted, like the people who helped me in my youth. I am so grateful to those people that I promise myself that I will keep living honestly and help anyone who might need it, like I needed it.
Hey, Nick, I'm sorry to bother you when you're working, but is there any chance you can come home right now?
What? Why? Is everything okay?
She's standing right in front of the house again.
Who's she?
The same lady who was looking into our house just last week. She's with her kid again, and she's been looking into the house for a long time.
What? Seriously? I thought I dealt with that woman already. Alicia, you didn't go out and talk to her by yourself, did you?
No, of course not. I'm not that reckless. And I have Lindsay with me too. I can't risk anything happening to us.
Good. You don't have to do anything. When I went to talk to her last week, she wasn't really making any sense. I don't even think she's sane, so I don't want you and Lindsay to go anywhere near her.
How am I supposed to go near her when she's right outside of our house? She's still there looking in. What should I do?
Don't do anything. I wrote down her contact info when I talked to her last week. I'll see if I can get a hold of her.
Is that safe? Why did you ask for her contact info anyways?
Well, I thought we might need it in case we decide to talk to the police. Anyways, I will deal with this. Make sure you guys stay safe inside the house.
Well, yeah, but if you have her contact info, shouldn't we talk to the police already? Since this is the second time?
I thought about that too. But we had to think about that kid she's with.
What do you mean?
When I talked to her last week, she told me that her daughter's the same age as Lindsay.
So? Why should that matter?
Think about it. That means her kid is only 2. I know that woman is creepy, but I can't bring myself to report a mother of a 2-year-old girl. It just doesn't feel right.
I know what you're saying, but we can't let her keep harassing us either.
Yeah, I know that. Let's give her one last chance. I'm going to talk to her again, but if she still comes back after this, we'll report her.
Okay. If that's what you want, I'll respect that. It does make me feel bad when I think about the fact that she has a daughter who's the same age as Lindsay.
Okay. I will see if I can get a hold of her right now. Either way, I will try to see if I can leave work early today.
Okay, thanks. But what should I do?
What do you mean?
Well, what if she comes back again? It's not like you can stay home every day to protect us. What if she tries to barge into our house while you're away?
I doubt she would try anything like that after I seriously warn her. But if you're so concerned, maybe you could go somewhere while I'm at work. Like, ask someone you can trust to take you guys in during the day. Would that make you feel safer?
Yeah, I guess. Who should I ask? Maybe your sister?
Catherine? But she's pretty busy with her own kid right now. This might be asking too much from her. You don't have any friends who don't have kids?
Well, there are a few. I'm sure someone would be able to take us in if I explain the situation.
Great. Why don't you do that then? I'll drive you guys there and back. We can try this and see how it goes. It's a bit inconvenient for you and your friend, but it's still better than anything happening to you and Lindsay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Alicia. How are things at home? Has that lady come back at all?
No, I haven't seen her lately. But I wouldn't know if she comes back while we're at my friend's house, so that could be the reason.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, let's keep doing this for now, just to be safe. You think your friend is okay with that?
Yeah, she understands the situation. But I can't stay at her place forever. It's already been a week. I don't want to overstay my welcome.
Right. Well, I warned her that we'll call the police next time, so hopefully that she got the message.
Yeah, I hope so. I know I asked you this already, but are you sure you don't know her from somewhere?
Of course not! I've never seen her before this. What about you?
Well, I've never seen her either. I wonder why she would bother us like this if neither of us know her. Did she say anything to you when you talked to her?
No, she doesn't say anything. But it was clear that she has a bit of an issue. I feel like she just does things for no reason.
But why our house? Why would you do that without any reason?
How would I know how a crazy person's mind works? But who knows? Maybe she's bothering other people too.
I'm sure I would hear about that from others if that was the case. But I've not heard anything from any of the neighbors so far.
I guess that's true. Well, I don't care as long as she stays away from us. It's just a waste of her time to try to figure out the reason behind her behavior.
Well, yeah, but do you really think this is over?
It better be over. I want to avoid reporting to the police. I don't want to feel like I'm the bad guy. It's not worth it for a crazy person.
I guess.
Oh, but you have to tell me if you happen to see her around again. I will deal with the situation then when we do call the police. She's not sane, so I don't even want you to try talking to her yourself.
Okay, I'll let you know if anything ever happens again. Hey, Alicia, do you have a minute? Oh, hi, Catherine. What's up? Is everything okay? I don't know how to put this, but I don't appreciate you constantly asking me to watch after your daughter. You've been hounding me nonstop every day for a week straight. I know we're family and all, but I think you still have to respect boundaries. Huh? What do you mean? Are you saying that I've been asking you to take care of our daughter at your place? I think you misunderstand something because I've never done that. What do you mean? Nick has been coming by and dropping Lindsay off at our place every morning. Don't act like you don't know anything. What? He has? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Why would I lie about something like this? And you are the one who's been lying, if anyone. You guys told me that you've been sick, but I know that you've been going out. I was doing this as a favor because Nick insisted, but don't you feel bad for your kid? I'm not lying about anything. I have no idea what you're talking about anyways. Lindsay is here with me. What? She's with you? Who is this kid then? Honestly, I have no idea. Nick hasn't told me anything. Seriously, whose kid is it? Stop messing with me. You're just joking, right? No, I really don't know what this is about. Did Nick say to you that she's our Lindsay? Of course. Like I said earlier, he's the one who's been bringing her here. And it's obvious when you look at her face. Her face? Last time you saw Lindsay was right after her birth, wasn't it? You recognize her even though it's been 2 years since then? Of course I recognize her. I can still see some trace of her from back then. And she looks just like her father. She looks like Nick? Yes, she reminds me of Nick a lot. Especially her eyes. They're the exact same colored eyes. I can definitely tell that she's Nick's daughter without a single doubt. She resembles him that much? Are you so sure of it? Yes, of all people I should know, I'm his sister. Either way, you only have one daughter, right? You're not going to tell me some crazy story like Lindsay actually has a twin sister or something? No, of course not. It's just her. And she looks more like me, not Nick. What? She does? Especially her eyes. Her eyes are blue, like mine. But if that girl's eyes remind you of Nick's, she must have green eyes. Yes, she does. So, you aren't joking then? No, she is definitely not my child. I can send you a picture of Lindsay if you don't believe me. Well, if that's the case, whose child is she? I have no clue. Could you send me some pictures of her? Sure, I can do that, but what are you going to do? I'll ask Nick what this is all about. I'm sure it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. Could you just not say anything to Nick just yet? He's coming to pick her up later, right? Yes, that's how it's been. Well, okay then. I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble, but please bear with me on this. Hey Nick, are you done at work?
Yeah, moments ago. I'm just on my way home now.
Oh, good timing then. I have something I want to ask you about.
That came from out of nowhere. What is this about?
That kid you've been asking Catherine to take care of? Whose daughter is she?
Wait. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the kid you've been telling your sister is Lindsay. Catherine messaged me today about how she doesn't appreciate having to take care of our daughter for a week straight. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You can explain then, right?
Wait, don't get the wrong idea. It's nothing like that when you hear the whole story.
Just cut to the chase already.
She's my boss's daughter. He had some stuff going on and asked me to take her in for a bit.
Why didn't you just bring her here if that was the case?
Well, we had that peeping woman thing going on. I didn't think anything would happen, but I couldn't risk anything happening to my boss's kid.
Okay, I get that. But then, why did you need to lie about it to your sister then? And why did you not tell me? It's not something you need to hide, is it?
Well, no, but I thought... To me, she's my boss's child. But to my sister, she's still just a stranger. And I didn't think she would have agreed to take her on if I told her the truth. But I couldn't think of anyone else to turn to.
And that's why you lied. Even though you expected her to take care of this kid for a week? You didn't think that was too selfish?
Well, it was supposed to only be for a few days initially. But the timing didn't work out with the boss, and it just kept getting extended.
You could have come out and be honest about it then.
I guess I could have. But it was hard for me to admit that I was lying initially at that point. That's why I couldn't tell her the truth. I'm sorry.
What are you being sorry to me for? If anyone, you should apologize to your sister.
You are right. I will probably explain to her what happened and apologize.
And what are you planning on doing with that little girl now? If her parents still need her to stay somewhere else, we can take her in.
No, I think I need to put my foot down. I'll talk to my boss honestly. And tell him that I can't do this for him anymore.
Are you gonna be okay?
It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have agreed to do this lightly to begin with. I can't let you or Catherine deal with the consequences anymore.
Okay, if you say so. I just want to ask one last time, just to be sure. She really is the daughter of your boss, right? There are no more lies anymore?
Of course not. I know it's hard to believe anything I say right now, but it's the truth, I swear.
Okay. If that's the truth, I believe you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, I finished all I had to do at work today. And now I can finally focus on the weekend.
You deserve it, considering how a lot has happened this week. You must be extra exhausted this week.
Well, I know all the incidents that happened with Catherine. I brought that on myself. But I guess I also had to deal with that strange lady and all. She hasn't come back since, has she?
Nope, not that I know of.
Okay, good. I think we both deserve a relaxing weekend. I think I'll pour myself a nice cold beer when I come home. You'd have some too, right?
I think you should hold off on your beer. It's not polite when you have guests over.
Guests? What do you mean? Who are they?
Catherine and that strange lady.
Strange lady? Who?
That lady who kept peeping inside our house?
What? Why?
I think you, of all people, know the reason. Or do you need me to explain?
No, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're saying. Either way, you shouldn't let an insane person come into our house. What if something happens?
You shouldn't call her insane.
What do you mean? Did you forget that she was stalking us with her child next to her? If she's not insane, I don't know who is. You were scared of her too, remember?
You shouldn't talk about her like that. After all, isn't she your precious mistress and the mother of your other child? You should treat her with more respect.
Alicia, what are you talking about? Are you accusing me of having an affair? It's not the time for a bad joke. Especially one involving a kid.
I heard you guys broke up 2 years ago. Because Lindsay was born. But it turns out that she was also pregnant at the same time as me. Of course she would have a hard time forgiving you.
She said that? How could you believe in anything that a crazy person says? Of course she's lying!
She showed me the result of her daughter's paternity test. And she showed me her daughter's picture, too. I know your sister told me that she looked a lot like you, but now I know why.
Well, I think she faked it. The whole thing.
I don't think so. Even if that was the case, we would be able to tell if it was fake. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Alicia, I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
So you admit what you did then?
Well, yeah, but I really ended everything with her 2 years ago. I didn't even know that she was pregnant. I know that having an affair was very stupid of me. But I really changed my heart when Lindsay was born.
Then why did she have to come out and do this now? Pulling your sister into this mess? Why did you agree to take care of her daughter anyways?
I didn't have any choice. She threatened that she would tell you everything if I didn't cooperate. Then she started asking for financial support. And she asked me to take care of her daughter as well. Either way, she's insane!
And you thought that it's a good idea to ask Catherine to take care of that child. The child you had with your ex-mistress? I think you lack a sense of morals.
But it's all her fault! I didn't want to do that either, but she left me with no choice. I tried to turn her down one time, and that's when she started bothering us by standing outside our window. What was I supposed to do?
So what? Are you trying to tell me that you're the victim here?
I'm not trying to tell you anything! I'm saying I am a victim! She threatened to tell you everything if I didn't listen to her! I couldn't help it!
Isn't this all happening because you cheated to begin with? Don't you feel bad about that at all?
I wouldn't have cheated with her if I'd known how troublesome she is!
I think what really needs to be said right now is, I wouldn't have married you if I had known how much of an asshole you are. I can't believe I have to go through the trouble of a divorce.
What? What are you saying? You can't divorce me! You don't mean that! Do you know just how much you guys mean to me right now?
Well, you should have realized that before you cheated on me. Then, this whole thing wouldn't have happened. But either way, I'm sure with you being an insane, crazy person and all, I would have divorced you sooner or later. After that, Nick came home and he, Catherine, and even his ex-mistress and I all talked. As a result, Nick and I decided to get a divorce. Even though his affair was already over 2 years ago, apparently my lawyer thought that I could get a larger divorce settlement, so I decided to ask for more alimony as well. Because it wasn't simply just an affair, and he also had a child with his mistress, I was able to receive a pretty big settlement amount. I did hesitate a bit to ask for so much alimony, considering he has to support his other child and mistress as well. But he did have an affair and lied to me about it, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad. I became a single mother because of this. But it's so worth it to have the guy who cheated on me and got his mistress pregnant gone from my daughter's life.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.